The film opens with the morning sun filters through the curtains, casting a gentle glow on Xiaowen's grandmother's apartment. Xiaowen awakens to find herself nestled in her grandmother's bed, the familiar scent of her grandmother's perfume lingering in the air. Stretching, Xiaowen's hand brushes against her grandmother's arm, expecting to receive the usual morning embrace. But her grandmother remains still, her presence strangely silent. Confusion clouds Xiaowen's sleepy mind as she tries to rouse her grandmother, calling out her name with growing concern. We are then brought into a shot of the streets of Wuhan, China, full of life and activity. Amidst the throngs of people, we catch a glimpse of Mo Sammy, known as San, stepping off a bus, his expression a mixture of apprehension and weariness. As San navigates the crowded sidewalks, we sense the weight of his recent release from prison hanging heavy on his shoulders. The camera follows San as he walks through the city, capturing the sights and sounds of Wuhan with detail. We see street vendors hawking their wares, children playing in the alleys, and the ever-present hum of traffic filling the air. Despite the energy of the city, there is a sense of unease in San's demeanor, a feeling of displacement as he struggles with the reality of returning to a place he once called home but now feels foreign to him. As San reaches his destination, the Mo family funeral home, we see him pause for a moment outside the entrance, steeling himself for what lies ahead. The building looms before him, a reminder of the responsibilities and expectations awaiting him inside. With a deep breath, San pushes open the door and steps into the dimly lit interior. Then we are brought back to Xiaowen, the 4-year-old orphan. The scene begins with a serene shot of a modest apartment in Wuhan, China, bathed in the soft glow of morning light. We see Wu Xiaowen, a bright-eyed and curious 4-year-old girl, peeking out from beneath her covers as she awakens to the start of a new day. The camera lingers on Xiaowen's face, capturing the innocence and wonder reflected in her wide eyes as she takes in her surroundings. As Xiaowen climbs out of bed and stretches, the camera pans to reveal the cozy bedroom she shares with her grandmother. Toys are scattered across the floor and family photographs adorn the walls, hinting at the warmth and love that permeate their home. Yet, beneath the surface tranquility, there is a sense of sadness and longing in Xiaowen's demeanor, a subtle foreshadowing of the challenges she will soon face. The mood shifts abruptly as Xiaowen makes her way down the hallway, her footsteps echoing in the empty apartment. As she approaches her grandmother's room, a sense of foreboding fills the air, setting the stage for the heart-wrenching discovery that awaits her. With hesitant steps, Xiaowen pushes open the door and enters the dimly lit room, her breath catching in her throat as she takes in the scene before her. The camera focuses on Xiaowen's face as she recoils in shock, her eyes widening with disbelief as she realizes that her beloved grandmother lies motionless in bed. The weight of grief hangs heavy in the air as Xiaowen struggles to comprehend the enormity of her loss, her world shattered in an instant. Shifting into the somber confines of the Mo family funeral home, preparations for Xiaowen's grandmother's final farewell are underway. Sam, alongside his 2 employees Wang Jianren and Yin Beixu, works tirelessly to ensure that every detail is meticulously attended to, his expression a mask of solemn determination as he navigates the delicate balance between professionalism and personal grief. In the middle of dimly lit candles and fragrant incense, the funeral home is transformed into a sanctuary of quiet reverence, the air heavy with the weight of mourning. Xiaowen watches from a corner, her eyes wide with a mixture of curiosity, as San and his colleagues move with practiced precision to prepare for the upcoming service. With a gentle hand and a heart heavy with sorrow, San carefully arranges Xiaowen's grandmother's earthly remains, his movements slow and deliberate as he seeks to honor her memory with the dignity she deserves. Every gesture is infused with a profound sense of respect, a silent tribute to a life well lived, and a love that transcends the boundaries of mortality. As the hours pass and the funeral arrangements take shape, Xiaowen finds herself drawn into the solemn procession, her young heart heavy with the weight of grief and loss. With each passing moment, she bears witness to the rituals of mourning with a quiet solemnity. As the funeral arrangements draw to a close, San finds himself reluctantly thrust into the role of caregiver for Xiaowen, the young orphan left in his care amidst the aftermath of her grandmother's passing. With a heavy heart and a sense of duty weighing upon his shoulders, San tentatively approaches his newfound responsibility, his expression a mixture of uncertainty and apprehension. Xiaowen, still in shock of her grandmother's death, watches Sam with weary eyes, her small form huddled in a corner of the funeral home as if seeking refuge from the emotions swirling around her. Despite her tender years, there is a resilience in her gaze, a silent determination to navigate the uncertain path that lies ahead. With a hesitant smile and a gentle touch, San reaches out to Xiaowen, his gruff exterior softened by a newfound sense of compassion and empathy. Though their worlds may be vastly different, they find common ground in their shared experience of loss and longing. Their tentative bond forged in the crucible of grief and sorrow. In the hushed corridors of the funeral home, San's inner turmoil echoes like a silent lament. Surrounded by the solemn reminders of mortality, he grapples with the weight of his past transgressions, each step weighed down by the burden of his regrets. The flickering candlelight casts long shadows across his weary face, mirroring the darkness that lurks within his troubled soul. Haunted by the ghosts of his history, San finds himself ensnared in a relentless battle against his own demons. The echoes of his past mistakes are evident through the empty halls, a constant reminder of the pain he has caused and the lives he has shattered. With each passing moment, the walls of the funeral home seem to close in around him, suffocating him with the weight of his own guilt. Yet, even in the depths of his despair, there glimmers a faint spark of hope, a flickering flame that refuses to be extinguished. In the quiet moments of introspection, San begins to glimpse the possibility of a brighter tomorrow, a chance for redemption and renewal amidst the darkness that surrounds him. With each passing day, he draws strength from the unwavering support of those who stand by his side, their steadfast presence a beacon of light in his darkest hour. And though the road ahead may be fraught with uncertainty, San finds solace in the knowledge that he is not alone, his journey toward redemption guided by the promise of a brighter future. As San and Xiaowen's relationship blossoms, they'd find joy and connection in a myriad of shared activities and games. In the quiet corners of the funeral home, they embark on imaginative adventures, transforming ordinary objects into the tools of their play. Using discarded cardboard boxes and old sheets, they fashion makeshift forts and castles, their laughter echoing through the halls as they defend their imaginary kingdoms from invisible foes. During breaks from their chores, San and Xiaowen retreat to the small courtyard behind the funeral home, where they while away the hours playing games of tag and hide and seek. Amidst the overgrown shrubs and weathered tombstones, they revel in the freedom of childhood, their carefree laughter ringing out like a symphony of joy. Inside the dimly lit parlor, they gather around the wooden table, engaging in friendly games of mahjong and card games. With each shuffle of the deck and clack of the tiles, they immerse themselves in the timeless tradition of Chinese gaming, their competitive spirits igniting as they vie for victory. On lazy afternoons, they sprawl out on the threadbare couches, engrossed in books and magazines borrowed from the nearby library. With each turn of the page, they delve into fantastical worlds of adventure and intrigue, their imaginations soaring as they lose themselves in the magic of storytelling. As the sun sets on another day in Wuhan, San and Xiaowen retreat to the rooftop terrace, where they gaze up at the twinkling stars above. Wrapped in blankets against the chill of the night air, they share stories and secrets, their hearts entwined in the warmth of their growing friendship. Despite all these, San and Xiaowen find themselves confronting a series of challenges that threaten to unravel the fragile threads of their newfound relationship. One of the primary conflicts arises from Xiaowen's misunderstanding of her grandmother's passing, leading her to believe that San is holding her captive in the funeral home. Fueled by grief and confusion, Xiaowen lashes out at San, demanding the return of her beloved grandmother. Struggling to communicate the truth in the face of Xiaowen's anguish, San fought with his own feelings of inadequacy and guilt, haunted by his troubled past. Compounding their troubles are external pressures, including financial difficulties and familial expectations, which threaten to tear them apart. As the weight of their burdens grows heavier with each passing day, San and Xiaowen are forced to confront the harsh realities of their circumstances, their resolve tested to its very limits. Yet, amidst the darkness that threatens to engulf them, a glimmer of hope emerges, illuminating the path to reconciliation and redemption. Through acts of kindness and selflessness, San and Xiaowen begin to bridge the divides that separate them, forging a bond that transcends the boundaries of blood and kinship. In a climactic moment, San finally reveals the truth to Xiaowen, laying bare the painful reality of her grandmother's passing. Though initially devastated by the revelation, Xiaowen finds solace in the warmth of San's embrace, her tears mingling with his own as they mourn the loss of their shared loved one. As they come to terms with their grief and guilt, San and Xiaowen find strength in each other's presence, their hearts united in a shared journey of healing and redemption. And as they look towards the future with renewed hope and optimism, they find that the greatest gift of all is the love and acceptance they have found in each other's arms. As the journey of San and Tian draws to a close, the film culminates in a conclusion that underscores the transformative power of love, forgiveness, and redemption. Through the trials and tribulations they have endured, San and Tian emerge stronger and more resilient, their hearts forever intertwined in their shared experiences. In a heartwarming final scene, San stands amidst the hallowed halls of the funeral home, his gaze lingering on the cherished memories of the past. With Tian by his side, their hands entwined in a silent testament to their unbreakable bond. He reflects on the journey that has brought them to this moment. As the sun sets on the horizon, casting a warm glow upon their faces, San and Tian find solace in the knowledge that they are no longer alone. Together they have weathered the storms of life, emerging victorious in the face of adversity. In a moment of quiet reflection, San turns to Tian, his eyes shimmering with unshed tears, and whispers words of gratitude for the gift of her presence in his life. And as Tian returns his gaze with a smile that lights up the darkness, they share a silent understanding that transcends words. With a sense of peace and contentment settling over them like a comforting blanket, San and Tian step into the unknown future hand in hand, their hearts filled with hope and optimism for the journey that lies ahead. And as the screen fades to black, leaving behind the echoes of their laughter and the warmth of their embrace, the audience is left with a profound sense of joy and fulfillment, knowing that love truly has the power to light up even the darkest of nights. That's it for today's recap. Give us a like and subscribe for more videos. See you next time.